If you are a Nikon user like me, you're probably wondering, when will Nikon cut on the lights in the development office and release a mirrorless camera? With the trends from 2022 continuing in 2023, it seems Nikon is trying to keep their base of loyalists intact by tweaking existing hardware and software. Canon, Sony, and even Fujifilm have released multiple cameras on the market. But have these releases made Nikon loyalists jump ship? So far in the month of January, this is what is known and rumored for Nikon in 2023. Nikon is expected to release 8 new Z lenses in 2023. They are on the Nikon Z lens roadmap. It's been updated. Nikon has released a new version of Nikon NX Studio. And are you ready for more firmware updates for the Z6 and Z7? These are rumored. After all, Nikon just released a new firmware update for the Nikon D850. With all these hardware and software updates, is Nikon trending upwards to a mirrorless camera release? Find out next in another photo news brief. Hi again, my name is Vaughn. I'm a Nikon user. I'm addicted to lens reviews and new cameras. Lately, I haven't had anything in the Nikon camera offerings to sniff. If you have watched any one of my 100 videos, yes. Yeah, I'm in here testing it. Now that eye tracking on it is suspect. You would know that I try to remain unbiased about my opinions concerning Nikon. This shouldn't change for 2023. Unless they decide to send me their newest camera for a review. Please subscribe to keep getting those unbiased opinions. Now let's start this video with the Z lenses Nikon is releasing in 2023, and I will rate them according to interest. Nikon Z DX users will like that their lens options have expanded with the Nikon Z12 28mm DX PZ lens, the Nikon 24mm DX lens. These lenses don't interest me at the moment because I don't own a Z30 or a Z50 or a ZFC. Sorry, I went through that DX phase with the DSLRs. The Nikon Z26mm f2.8 Pancake, it's a development announcement. This should be a great addition to any prime lens collector. I own a 40mm f2.8. I love that lens at the price and the bokeh. The Nikon Z35mm f1.2S lens, you can't go wrong with a 35mm, especially if you're a wedding photographer or a landscape photographer. The f1.2 will help in those dimly lit locations. The Nikon Z70 to 180mm f2.0 lens, it's a 9S. It's geared towards the photographers that don't want to pay the price of the 70 to 200mm. You will lose some sharpness, but the average person won't know the difference, just the pixel peepers. The Z85mm f1.2S lens, this is the development announcement. This lens is going to be a dream. Starting at f1.2, you'll get a heavier lens, but at a premium price. I love this lens because you can use it during a photo shoot at night or a wedding in a dimly lit church. You can't go wrong with the f1.2s. They just cost you a pretty penny. The Nikon Z 135mm f1.8S lens. This prime telephoto lens is great for prime users to add to their collection. The Nikon Z 200 to 600mm f6.3 lens, it's a 9S. This lens is a standard 9S telephoto zoom for those that don't want to pay for the S lens hype. S lenses are engineered to higher standards, but your friends won't know the difference. Trust me. Leave those comments if you own one of these lenses or plan to buy one for your collection. Let's move on to the Nikon's photo processing suite, NX Studio. This has been updated with the following features. It added support for the D850's firmware update 1.30. It fixed the following issues: the vibration reduction information for pictures viewed in NX Studio would sometimes not match what is shown on the camera. NX Studio would sometimes list incorrect dimensions for cropped pictures. New users to the ecosystem can benefit from using this software. 1, it's free. 2, it has the native color profiles and noise reduction algorithms from Nikon. Lightroom and Resolve users use adapted color profiles and noise reductions. Some professionals use NX Studio to correct their files before processing in third-party photo processing software. I've used it before and it works great that way. I have done a video on an earlier version of NX Studio. Go to the link above. Now, the projected firmware upgrades for the Nikon Z6 and Z7 are most likely will be minor. They will be minor just like they were for the Nikon 850, and this is all that was fixed with the Nikon 850. But if you thought there would be a wave of firmware updates to make the autofocus better, those days have passed. Nikon is looking for the next generation of Z3s or Z3s. These updates are to satisfy the users that actually send comments to Nikon. If you pay a small fortune for a collection of cameras, then you want them to function properly until their end of life. Whew, I did a whole video and I didn't mention the Nikon Z9 or the upcoming Z8. The C Plus show for 2023 is February the 2nd through the 26th. Maybe they'll release a new camera. Their booth is getting a little tired. I get tired looking at those same lenses and the one or two upgrades like the Nikon remote. As Nikon releases new product, I will keep you updated with the latest rumors and facts. Until then, have a nice day and thank you for watching this photo news brief.